Welcome to the guided tour for the Master's Degree ePortfolio by Erica Toombs. This ePortfolio serves as the capstone experience that chronicles my learning throughout the Master of Educational Technology program at the University of British Columbia. My objective in designing this ePortfolio is to reflect upon and showcase my growth throughout the MET program. The intended audience includes assessors of this ETEC 590 graduating course capstone experience, present and future MET students, teachers and administrators in the educational community, and all those who find interest in the artifacts and reflective pieces that are housed here. The metaphor I have chosen for the theme of my master's ePortfolio is the emission spectrum of chemical elements. This site follows my journey beginning at the ground state. The next stage is energy absorption, where electrons absorb energy, jumping to a higher energy level further away from the nucleus. Energized electrons emit radiation in the form of light. The wavelength of the radiation emitted is different for each atom, so the color of the light you see varies. Similarly, the energy that we absorb as learners is expressed by each of us in a unique way. This ePortfolio shows how I express the knowledge and skills that I gained in this MET program. Looking more closely at the progressive levels of my ePortfolio. In relation to my MET journey, I envisioned my start in the program as a ground state condition, where I was entering with very little technological expertise, especially in relation to improved learning in the face-to-face classroom. This is where I housed my entry-level philosophies and artifacts. Gathering energy as I journeyed through MET, I was enriched by the knowledge, collaboration, and discussions with instructors and peers in each program. This enhanced my knowledge base and subsequently enabled me to produce digital artifacts at a heightened level. At the Excited State page, I highlight some of my more energized achievements of my MET journey, providing a glimpse at the fuller spectrum of my master's program experience and allowing an opportunity to show my diverse array of colors. This site is organized to reflect the increasing levels of energy absorption that I experienced over the course of this master's degree program. Each of these levels lists the artifacts that represent that stage of my learning journey and reflective pieces that root each artifact in context with my metaphor, as well as justifying its placement on this ePortfolio. Several artifacts have alternate links or additional views of the artifacts as a secondary means of viewing the submission, or in the case of broken links or denied access to course management systems. Media productions also include scholarship on how the artifact was made. At the bottom of each page, you will find a reflection that ties all of the artifacts together and describes how I was moving into a more energized level in my learning experience. Each page has a references link that lists the sources of images and literature relevant to that particular page of the site. An element's electron configuration describes the way that the electrons are located around the nucleus of the atom. My site is configured as follows. All of the artifacts located on this ePortfolio are listed in visual form here, and in the chronological order in which they occurred here. There are main interconnecting themes that encircled all of the 10 MET courses that I completed. These themes are outlined here and elaborated upon in the reflection page of my ePortfolio. You will find reflective pieces on each of the themes introduced earlier in this ePortfolio and how these interweaving themes provided for an abundantly rich learning experience over the 2 years that I was completing my master's degree. The MET program provided continuous opportunity to link theory to practice and analyze in depth the ways in which learning occurs. As a science educator, constructivist principles are fundamental to my instructional strategies. Exposure to literature and research throughout this master's program has brought to the forefront several key learning theories and varied approaches to teaching and learning. You will see reference to these learning theories throughout my ePortfolio. Before moving to the next level, I reflect on the full spectrum that was my MET experience, including the important role that technology plays to enhance learning. The MET ePortfolios incorporate assessment into the process of their construction. As authors of ePortfolios, MET students identify which artifacts to include, set the criteria for assessment, and participate in peer and self-evaluation of our learning, as well as the evaluation of the final product. The rubric provided here is the one that I created for the assessment of my ePortfolio. Along with the references linked at the bottom right corner of every page of this site, you will find a list here of all the literature, links, and valuable sites that stand out for me as worthy of revisiting time and again in the future. I intend to build on this list in an effort to share ideas and applications with my peers in education on an ongoing basis. Looking to the future, I envision lifelong learning and growth in my professional practice, with the goal of enhancing my classroom with the affordances of technology and the online learning environment. I invite you now to explore my ePortfolio website.